Anyway, sorry about that. So we're going to go propless today, and if you ever have any lower back tenderness or anything, you can use a ball if you have it, or you can use a pillow and kind of fold that up and place it at your lower back, and I'll cue you if you're experiencing any of that. So anyway, we're going to get started. Thanks everybody who's here. Okay, so we're going to begin in a standing position, and I want your feet hip distance apart. You're going to transfer your weight over into your left foot and march your right up to hip height. Good, and place that foot down and switch sides. March the other side up. Good, and switch again. And switch again. So if you're struggling with your balance a little bit today, hold on to the wall or something sturdy beside you. You're going to bend your supporting knee a couple inches and then press to stand. So you're going to sit your hips back and then press to stand. Good, so you're not shooting your knee beyond your toes here. You're really sitting your hips backwards into your heel. Weight is in your heel here. And press up. 2 more times. Good, and now you're going to travel the leg back behind you, tap the toes down, and then come back up. So travel that leg back, tap the toes, and then press to lift. So make sure you're connecting to your glutes here, and press to lift. Make sure you're not hiking up your lifted leg. Keep it down, keep your hips level and square. And now keep the toes just lightly on the floor here. You're going to reach your arms forward and then reach them back behind you. Inhale as you swoop your arms forward, and exhale, press back. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale, keep the arms back, and you're going to soften that supporting knee and then press it to straight. So you're bending the supporting knee and press to straight. Make sure you're drawing up through your center here and press to straight. Let's do 2 more times. And last time. Good, bring that foot underneath of you and fold the body over the legs. Round your spine up to standing. Good, nice and tall. Now go ahead and tap you're bringing your right leg up to hip height. You're going to tap your toes back behind you and then lift back up. All right, actually, I'm messing up here. So you're going to keep this leg at hip height. First, you're just going to bend your supporting knee a couple inches and come back up. Sit your hips back like you're going to sit in a chair and press up. Good, use a wall for balance if you need to. Make sure you're not creating any tension in through the neck and shoulders. And sit those hips back. Good, now travel the leg back behind you, tap the toes down, and lift. Good, stay supported in your center, and press to lift. Good. Exhale. 2 more times, and press back up. And 1 more time. Now keep the toes there. You're going to reach your arms overhead. Now you're going to sweep one arm back behind you, the other one staying forward, and swap. And swap. Good. Those arms are staying stick straight. Your palms are facing in towards the body. Make sure you're breathing. And switch. And switch. Both arms are reaching back behind you. Fold at the elbows, fold at the supporting knee, and then press everything straight. So It's okay if your supporting leg doesn't go fully straight. You're really just concentrating on connecting in through the glutes, in through the hamstrings, not rounding the shoulders forward. Collarbones are staying wide in the front of the body. 2 more times. And last time. Good. Both feet underneath of you. Round your spine over your legs. And slowly control yourself up to a standing position. Circle the arms. Good. 1 more time. Good. 1. Relax. All right. So come down onto your hands and knees here. So your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Toes are untucked for now. I want you to reach your right arm overhead and place your hand back down. And left arm you reach overhead, stay long through the back of the neck and place it down. And switch sides and lower and switch. Good, just 1 more time each side. Make sure you're keeping your weight even in both knees. And now your hands are settled under your shoulders. Tuck your toes under, exhale and just hover the knees. And tap them back down. Exhale, draw up through the navel to hover the knees. Stay strong through the shoulders. And back down. And 2 more times. And back down. And 1 more time. Knees are hovering. Now, keep your heels super lifted. You're going to pike your hips up to the ceiling, drop your head through your arms, and then return to the hover position. And exhale. Lift. Inhale, come back. And exhale, lift. Inhale, return. 1 more time. Exhale. And inhale, return. Good, sit your hips back for a moment. Reach your arms forward. Good, come back into that same position. Hands under the shoulders, toes are tucked under, and hover the knees. Shift your weight forward over your hands. You're going to tuck your elbows into your sides, bend the elbows a few inches, and straighten. Just a couple inches, and straighten. Good, 2 more times. And 1 more time, and straighten. Lower the knees. And now you're going to connect your heels, separate your knees, and come up to a tall kneeling position here. So start out with your toes untucked. Heels are really glued together. You're going to inhale, sit the hips back, reach the arms forward, and exhale. Come up nice and tall. Inhale, reach forward, and exhale, press up. Good, make sure you're not pushing the ribs forward. As you upright the spine. Good, now keep the hips sitting back, reaching back. Reach your hands back towards your hips, and then forward. Good, you're really squeezing the heels together, sitting your hips back towards your heels. Not collapsing through the spine. And now have your arms overhead. You're going to begin swimming. So arms circle around behind you. Pinkies are facing the body. Fold the arms in. Reach overhead. Good. Try not to do any work with those feet. That's the tendency. They want to help. Good. Continue drawing up through your navel. 2 more times. 1 more time. Good, now reverse, arms circle around. Fold the elbows in and reach back behind you. Good, 3 more. you to take your right arm out to the side, open up through the chest. And now your weight is shifted forward over your left hand. You're going to bend your elbow a little bit and rotate, look under that arm, and then open back out. So try not to sit your hips back towards your heels. Your weight is shifted forward over that left hand. Elbow bends like you're doing a tricep press, and open. 2 more times, fold at the elbow, and rotate. And press back up just one more time. Folding at the elbow. Weight is shifted forward. Good, return that hand. Now you're going to do the other side. So we're not back here, we're not going this way. As you come underneath, you're not really gonna feel a darn thing. You'll know if you're doing it correctly. So your weight is over top of that supporting arm. Open up the chest to the left side. And then fold that arm underneath of you. Bend at the elbow a couple inches. Press back up and rotate. Hips are staying still. So they're not opening to the side as you open that arm. Good. 3 more. Oh my. And 2 more. Pressing up. And last time. And press up. Good. Return the hands, sit the hips back. Reach your arms forward. Good. Tuck the toes under. Heels are squeezing together. And you're going to pull yourself forward over your hands into a full plank position. Squeeze the heels together. Engage the glutes. And then sit the hips back, pressing with the hands. And then pull yourself forward. And pressing back. 3 more here. And inhale. And exhale. Stay long through the back of the neck. Strong through the arms. Zip up through the inner thighs, pelvic floor. 1 more time. Now you're going to begin piking the hips up, keeping the heels super lifted, and now round the spine as you draw the shoulders over the hands. And pike the hips up. Heels are lifted like you're on your tippy toes. Pull yourself through. 2 more times, piking up. And rounding through. Good, 1 more time, pike up. And round the spine through, settle the knees down, untuck the toes, and sit your hips back. Good, roll out the wrists. And then swing your legs around, come into a seated position. So this is a moment where you might want to grab that ball or the pillow and place it behind your lower back. Otherwise, feet are flat, hip distance apart. Sorry, I'm losing my breath here. And you're more towards the front edge of your mat. Arms are reaching forward. Exhale and roll halfway back here. Just hold this position, engage the abdominals, collarbones stay wide, and march your right foot up and lower down. And march the left, and lower, and march the right. So you're focusing on keeping your hips in one spot. They're not rocking side to side here. Arms are reaching forward. You can have them kind of wide so you can maintain an open chest position. Good, now keep your right leg lifted. You're going to extend the leg out straight and pull it back in. Extend it out straight. Shoulders are relaxed. Good, 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. Good, 1 more time. And back in. Good. Now you're going to extend that leg out. As you pull the knee in, you're going to rotate towards that knee and then come back to center. And exhale and rotate and back to center. 3 more, exhale. So your right arm is staying still, your left arm is rotating towards it to meet it. I think one more, sorry, I lost count. And back. Good, replace that foot and then continue the rest of the way down onto the mat. Arms continue overhead, circle around towards the hips. You can use the hands on the thighs to help yourself up with control, pushing those feet firmly into the mat. And nice tall spine. Good, roll yourself halfway back. And now march the left foot up and back down. And right foot lifts. So if you're feeling this a lot in your hip flexors, rotate your knees out to the side. Kind of opens up a little bit here. But really that motion is coming from your center. I mean, your hip flexors will be working, but initially it might feel like they're gripping a little bit. So it takes a little time to find that balance. Now keep that left foot lifted, straighten the leg out, and pull it in. And straighten the leg out, and pull it in. Good, 2 more times. And 1 more time, pull it in. Good, now add in that rotation so leg straightens out. And as it pulls in, you're reaching your right arm towards the left. Open back out. And exhale and reach and rotate. Open it out. And rotate 2 more times. 1 more time. Good, replace the foot and then continue the whole way down onto the mat. Straighten the legs out flat. Stretch the arms and legs away from each other. Circle your arms around out to the sides. And roll yourself up and over the legs. Good, nice job. Now round yourself back down onto the mat. You're going to bring your legs into a tabletop position. Arms are open out into a T position. Palms face the ceiling. So tabletop is generally 90-90 here. I like to have my feet a little bit higher lifted because it kind of takes the work more out of your hip flexors, helps you to connect deeper to your center, to your core. So relax the shoulders into the mat. Inhale, rotate the knees over to your right. And exhale, center, drawing that belly button back towards the spine. Inhale, rotate left. And exhale, center. Shoulders are staying back into the mat the whole time. Your hip will lift, the one that you're rolling away from. And rotate. Good, exhale, center. Now you're going to rotate over to your right and stay there. Now pick up the left hand, palm is facing in towards the body, and then return it back. And exhale, lift. So if you're doing this appropriately, you're really connecting deep into your left obliques here as you lift that arm up and back down. And exhale, lift. So those knees are staying rotated to the right. Shoulders are back into the mat. Now, that arm is going to stay lifted. You're going to reach your arm overhead. Knees are going to lower a few inches. And then they come back as your arm travels down to your hip. Inhale, arm and knees move away from each other. And then exhale back in. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. And exhale. Good. Come back to center. Arms are back in that T position. Now we're just going to do the other side. Rotate the knees over to your left. You're staying here. Exhale, pick the right hand up and return it back down. So as you exhale, you're pulling the navel back towards the spine a little bit more. And inhale, open. Exhale. Good. So you shouldn't be taking this into the back at all. If you are, you're going too big with your range of motion. You can kind of tuck your hips under a little bit, give yourself a pelvic tilt. So press the lower back into the mat. Now stay here. Inhale, arm and knees move away from each other, and then exhale, back together. Inhale to open, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One more time, and exhale. Good, knees come to center, hug them into your chest. Hold the backs of the thighs, and roll yourself up to a seated position. Good. All right, now we're going to flip onto our hands and knees and do some hip and glute work. So your knees are directly under your hips, hands are under your shoulders, and I'd like for you, you're just going to slide your right hand along the mat, and you're on your fingertips on that right hand, and then left foot is extended back behind you. Toes are still on the mat, and you're staying very light through these fingertips. I want you to lift your left leg up to hip height, and then tap the toes down. So you are barely touching your fingers to that mat. Good, imagine there's an eggshell under your fingertips, you don't want to smash it. Tap the toes down, lift back up. Good, just a few more times. Your knee and your toes are pointed down towards the floor. And now you're going to fold the leg in and then press it back out. Good, make sure you're not hyperextending through your supporting elbow. It's staying straight but not hinging on your joint there. Draw up through the navel with each extension. Good, okay. Now as you draw the knee in, it's going to draw out to the side towards your left elbow and then straight back behind you. So knee is rotating into external rotation, staying externally rotated as you straighten it back out. So now instead of your knee and your toes pointing towards the floor, they're pointing to the side of the room, still staying light through those fingertips, not making a dent in your mat. And last time. Good, return that knee underneath of you. Now you're going to drop down onto your left elbow and rotate open to the right side. So your right hand is either resting on the mat for balance, or it can be on your hip here. You're going to lift that leg up straight out from the hip, super long and lengthened, little pulses up. So you're staying lifted and supported through your lats on your left side here. Good, just little pulses. Draw the navel back towards your spine. And now without changing the shape of the spine, you're lowering the leg down towards the floor and lift back up. And lower down. Lift back up. So it doesn't have to actually touch the floor. It's just heading in that direction. If your neck is getting tired, look down at your bottom elbow. Good. I'm going to put my hand on the floor for balance. You're going to take the leg, circle it out in front of you, tap your toes down, and then lift it back up to that start position. So leg circles around and taps down, and lift back up. You have 3 more here. Inhale and exhale up, staying light through the fingertips. And 2, lift up. And 1 more time. And lift up. Good. Return that leg so that it's connected to your left, and you're going to drop down onto your left elbow. Sorry, I'm facing away from you. And now lift up into a side plank position, modified. Extend your right leg straight out from the hip. So hand and toes lower, everything connects. Inhale and exhale, lift. Inhale and exhale, lift. 2 more times. And 1 more time. Good. Lower that leg. The legs are squeezed take your top arm and sweep it underneath of you and open out. And rotate and open to the side. 3 more. And open. 2 more. Good, engage the glutes a little bit here. And open, gently lower the hips down. Reach your arm up to the ceiling. And side bend up and over towards those feet without collapsing through your right side of your waist. Just breathe here. Oh, all right. Other side. How's everybody doing? Are we happy? Are you yelling at me? Okay. So now, same thing on the other side. You're reaching your left fingertips out on the mat, nice and light. And then right leg is extended back behind you, super straight. You're going to lift your leg up to hip height and tap the toes down. So you're not sinking through your center here, you're staying lifted and supported. And lifting up, tap back down, and lift. Stay soft through your supporting elbow, not super extended straight. Good, 2 more times, exhale. And 1 more time. Good, now fold the knee in underneath of you and press it back out. So you're not curling the tailbone under with you, it's staying long and lengthened. You're just hinging at the hip to bring the the knee in. And 2 more times. Whew. And now the knee is going to rotate out to the side of the room, towards your elbow, and back out. Again, you're not changing the shape of the spine. You're staying long through both sides of the waist here. Not dropping the head down towards the mat. Good. 2 more. And 1 more. Nice job. Now you're going to drop down onto your right elbow, rotate to open to the side, and lift the leg up to hip height. Little pulses here. I might go over a couple minutes, I'm sorry. And then tap the toes down, lift back up. Tap to lift. And tap without changing the shape of your spine. So it's just going in the direction of the mat, not actually touching it. Last time. Now you're going to circle the leg in front of you. I'm using my hand on the mat for balance and then lift back up from the hip. So circle out in front of you and open up. Oh boy. And lift back up 3 more times. Make sure you're breathing. And 2, drawing back through your center, not arching through the lower back. And 1 more time. And lift back up, good. Fold the knees in towards each other. And drop yourself down onto your right elbow. You're going to lift your hips up. Leg is coming out straight from the hip. Arm and leg reach away from each other. Tap the toes down and lift back up. They connect as they lift. Tapping down and exhale, lift. Tapping down. I'm sliding on my mat. I guess it doesn't really matter if I'm outside or inside. I will eventually slide away that. And 1 more time. And connect, fold the knees into each other. You're going to scoop your arm underneath, keep the hips lifted, and open to face the front. Scooping the arm underneath. And inhale to open 3 more times. Exhale, drawing back through your abdominals. And inhale. 2 more. And last time. And open, gently lower the hips down. Reach your right arm overhead and side side bend towards your feet. Good. If you have to go, we're at 31 minutes, but I'm going to do a quick little stretch. Extend your legs out in front of you. You're going to step your left foot across, hug it into you, and just sit up super tall, finding a long spine, stretching through the side of your hip here, and rotate towards that knee. You can use your other arm for an extra post or support to get your back more upright, chest more open. Good, go ahead and do the other side. So you step your right foot across, find a tall spine, hug the knee in, and rotate towards the knee. Good, unwind and give yourself a nice inhale here, arms come overhead. Exhale, press away. And that's it. Thank you for joining me for a surprise workout today. 30 minutes. If you have any questions at all, send me a message. If you're interested in private sessions, also I offer them for Pilates and physical therapy. So that is it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.